smoked out with Eric Garris twice and had dinner with Ron Paul right before he had sex with two chicks.
Yeah. At the same time.
Nah, go ahead. What were you saying?
All right. So anyway, hey, have you heard my story about eating dinner with Ron Paul? He's like, oh, why did I come back?
So what is the story?
Okay, so I guess I was sitting like right across from him. I was really, I had a good seat, and like John Dennis was sitting next to him, and I guess like the 2 points that I thought were the most like provoking and all that stuff. At one point, John asked like, hey, so whatever happened with Ronald Reagan? Like he was your friend, and then what happened? And that was all he asked. It was a very general question. There are all sorts of ways to answer that question, right? Well, Ron just starts going off. Like, he had a glass of wine, and that's all it took. And he's like, I ran contra this, and like, the Bushes ran at that, and like, shit, like, yeah, he was, like, Reagan was more or less a figurehead, like, the Bushes were running it,
Well, it's interesting to hear that coming from him because
yeah, well,
I've always had that impression.
Yeah, and it's been written about, and, it's not anything brand new. I've heard it before. It wasn't the first time that I heard it, but it was just funny that, like, he could have said a whole lot of different things, but I think Ron and John are really like on the same level, and like Ron made it clear to him too that there's like real bloodthirsty evil in the world, you know what I mean? And like that's kind of like what's real serious right now with Iran, and like John asked him, well, what do you think is going to happen with Iran? You think, oh, well, Ron, John says, what do you think will happen with Iran? Ron says, there will be hostility. Like, there's going to be hostility. And John says, well, do you think the U.S. will attack or Israel? And, like, not even missing a beat, Ron says, is there a difference? Like, and I'm like, damn! Oh shit! Can we get another glass of wine from this guy over here? Because, like, again, it's not anything that you never hear, but it's just so fucking funny to, like, and he's not just like shooting from the hip and like, he's articulate and like, he's still wrong, you know what I mean?
It's like when he talked about Nancy Pelosi taking orders from Israel.
Yeah, exactly.
Why did he pull that bill out of the bill?
But, we were joking about, like, Eric Dondero, we were joking about, like, I thought, but one little funny thing that I thought was entertaining was, like, I was sitting next to Jesse Benton also, and Jesse was saying, he was talking about how Ron just had his 4th grandchild not too long ago, right? And someone down at the end of the table says, like, oh, you had your 4th grandchild? And Jesse's like, no, you're the great-grandfather. Aren't you wrong? Sort of rubbing it in, kind of, like, you're a great-grandfather, And Ron's like, if I'm great, why does he call me Ron? And so from that I took from it there's like some little Paul child running around saying, hey Ron, how's it going? So like that was kind of funny. But I mean all the rest of it was just a bunch of, sort of like libertarian, the normal libertarian kind of back and forth, talking about the media, talking about this and that or whatever. But Jesse's definitely planning the Ron Paul presidential campaign. You know what I mean? Like, the plan is there, and like, or at least the operation is being set up. And Ron himself didn't say that he's running or whatever, but he definitely, he's like sitting there. Jesse's his right-hand man. He's running, as far as I know. You know what I mean? So.
Well, I think as long as other people need to take care of the details.
Well, I think that also, like, that's kind of the reason why I was there in a way. Like, Rob wants to have dinner and talk to people who are helping to organize and wanting to know, like, what's going on? Where is the level of support? He wants to hear what you have to say in a conversation, kind of, and, because otherwise, all he knows is the crowd of people that he's giving a speech to, If he can hear it from, like, Allison, or hear it from me, or the other volunteers at the table or whatever, then it gives him more of that, reassurance that, this is still, a growing movement. Yeah, so, anyway, that's kind of my report. But, like, half the time, though, I'm sitting there, like, I don't belong here, like, this is so... I mean, I've sat down next to Ron before, never, like, at a dinner for a long time or anything, but, like, it's so... I don't know, man, it's real, it's not a game at all, like, it's very serious. It's not just political season or whatever, you know what I mean? It's not like that. So, yeah.
How's he feeling? Did he give any kind of a sense of how he feels after the campaign and like what that meant to him personally and on the ideological level in the nation?
I don't know. I mean, he didn't really come out and say how he felt or whatever, but about like people are saying like he's too old or whatever. Dude, he seems like just as, like I said, he's really quick and all that, and he seems just as healthy, if not any better than before, and he walks like, San Francisco, you gotta walk a little, no matter where you park, you can't, you gotta walk a lot, you can get around, and, he's like his own man still, for sure, up here, and his legs and arms and all that, he's like,
well, you can tell just by the speech he gave today.
Yeah,
he's on top of the game.
I have no inhibitions about his age at all. And sitting right there across from him, it's pretty easy to judge. Like, yeah.
Well, I think a lot of that is really a state of mind.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think he's on top of the game as much as ever.
Yeah. In the tradition of other great libertarians, probably going to live to be like 103. Like Henry Hazlitt, Louis von Mises, and another one. They all lived to 90 plus. So.
Wow. Actually,
yeah. Von Mises, I think he was like 93 when he died.
Can we say Thomas Jefferson?
But Mr.
I think he's really old.
Rothbard was only like 57.
Yeah.
He was 26 to 95, so that's like 69. Then Milton Friedman was 98.
Wow.
Yeah.
Both Adams and Jefferson lived 50 years after they signed the Declaration of Independence.
Quite a while.
To the day.
To the day, like he died on
Both
the
of
same
them
day.
died on the same
And
day.
then who died like a year after them that day?
Yeah, that's really awesome.
I think then they died with dry forest.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't know who it was.
There's another one that
Okay, yeah, I
died
knew he
on the
was.
fourth year after.
He's like, it's really,
Amazing.
kind of get a feel for it. It's kind of like, him and Rothbard, it's kind of like,
How long is that old?
Cheers guys in New York, and like, I don't see too many people like that, but he's just like the most friendly, guy, like a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Just like, and he didn't know me from anybody, but he's like, yeah, come here,
My grandpa's brother is, well, he's dead now, but my grandpa's brother, when he was alive, he was like a real, like, whiny sort of like lower Manhattan Jew. He wasn't like the Rothbard kind of like New York Jew or whatever. He was funny, but he was like really whiny,
At the rally today, one of Ron Paul's bodyguards said to the other one, if anyone comes up and asks Dr. Paul about 9/11 truth, just put down their camera and have them walk away.
Yeah. Yeah. Did anybody?
No, I mean, as far as I know, no one touched the topic of 9/11 at all. Except I saw one poster up that said like 9/11 truth.
Yeah, there was like 3 guys there. It was like 3 9/11 truth guys, and they had 2 bullhorns. And I was like, fuck, you know, like 1 bullhorn for 3 guys is definitely enough. But they didn't even use them. They just walk around like it's an open carry or something. You know what I mean?
Like this.
Yeah. I know. Like, did anyone get to see that today, or?
Yeah, a few people have seen it.
Yeah.
It's just a holster.
I mean, I'm only 20, so I can't legally have a gun.
Oh, okay. Well, it scared the shit out of me, so it worked.
No, I always carry this.
Yeah. Gotta be protected.
Yeah, only because it's not legal to carry that. I mean, that is.
He carries that with the intent not to open bombs to kill assholes.
I'm like a little girl. When I'm walking home, I just got like the key right here. Like, no, leave me alone. Yeah, that's the best I can do.
My grandpa actually volunteered
All right.